The lip sync assassin twist had the potential to be the most interesting thing to happen to the All Stars franchise since they decided to stop putting the queens in pairs. Unfortunately, since then we've kind of lost our way, and that's what today's video is all about. Welcome to Wild Spear, where today we'll be talking about some of the most strange lip sync assassin choices in Drag Race history. I asked you guys to give me the number of lip syncs that a queen needs to win to be classified as a lip sync assassin, and the vast majority of you said 3 or more. I don't know if I agree with that because there are not that many queens that have won 3 lip syncs or more. I think really at the end of the day, you just need to have one really amazing lip sync to be a lip sync assassin. Think about someone like Dita Ritz. She had one lip sync win with her amazing performance of This Will Be versus the Princess. I don't care that she never won another lip sync, she is a lip sync assassin to me. Think about Sasha Colby. She really only had one competitive lip sync other than the finale with her Lollapalooza lip sync versus Anitra. She is a lip sync assassin. For this video, I want to talk about the queens that were selected as lip sync assassins for RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars, but they maybe didn't fit that criteria of a lip sync assassin. During All-Stars 5, the lip sync assassins were actually that, assassins. We had Evie Oddly, Alyssa Edwards, Monet Exchange, Morgan McMichaels, Vanessa Vanjie Mateo, Roxy Andrews, and Kennedy Davenport. Each of those queens had at least one performance that has now become iconic in the history of Drag Race. Each of these queens assassinated another queen during a lip sync. After that, the lip sync assassin twist became more so who can we bring back to judge the fan reception at the end of the day. After All Stars 5, when we had some great lip sync assassins but some pretty meh lip syncs, All Stars 6 changed the formula to bring us back some queens that the fandom may have forgotten. Whether they were a lip sync assassin or not, these queens were brought back as a lip sync assassin. And that's where we truly started to go off the rails when it came to bringing these queens back. For All Stars 6, we started off the season with who I think is the best lip syncer in the history of Drag Race, Coco Montrese. She can do any sort of lip sync and nail it with her mouth and with her moves. We then got Brooklyn Heights, Laganja Estranja. Both of these queens are known for having great lip syncs on their original seasons. But then when we hit episode 4, we got our first strange lip sync assassin choice. This being Wild Spear. I am a huge Jessica Wilde fan, but lip sync assassin? She had one lip sync on season 2 and she lost it. The only lip sync that Jessica ever competed in was to He's the Greatest Dancer by Sister Sledge versus Tatiana. Jessica moved great, did some fun dancing, but she didn't know the words. And this was where we got the iconic Tatiana shocked meme when she won this lip sync. Jessica did come back and kill it here against Jan to Womanizer, but her as a choice for a lip sync assassin was pretty surprising, at least to me at the time. Since then, she had the amazing Coconuts performance, which I will not share because I don't want to get demonetized, but still, Jessica is a great lip syncer, and it was great to bring her back and get the fans wanting her back. But lip sync assassin, she is not. The next queen that they brought was Bianca Del Rio as a lip sync assassin, which, haha, I think that was the joke that they were trying to make, that she's not a lip sync assassin, why is she coming out as a lip sync assassin? But we just saw Jessica Wilde the week before, so I don't know if this fake out really made sense. But hey, it was great to see Bianca. After Bianca left the stage, they brought out Mayhem Miller, who has won a lip sync. She's great, but is she a lip sync assassin? She lip synced twice on season 10, once against Yua Hamasaki to Celebrity Skin by Hole, which she went on to win, and she had a great performance. Was it an assassination? I don't know about that, but she did great, and then she was eliminated to Man I Feel Like a Woman versus Monet Exchange, who is a true lip sync assassin in my opinion. Is this a questionable lip sync assassin choice? I'm gonna lean towards yes more than no here, simply because she had one lip sync win and she doesn't scream assassin with her performances. But I am glad they brought her back so that we could see Ginger and her compete to Phone by Lizzo, which was my favorite lip sync of this season. After Mayhem, we had Manila Luzon, who is a great lip syncer, had the great performance to MacArthur Park, which I think qualified her as a lip sync assassin, even though she did go on to win 2 more lip syncs on All Stars 4. Next was Alexis Mateo, who won 2 lip syncs on her original season, and I think automatically qualified herself as a lip sync assassin here. Heidi in Closet, same story, won 2 lip syncs. She definitely won the lip sync there over Jackie Cox. Next was Cameron Michaels, huge lip sync assassin, definitely deserved to be there. And then rounding out the season with Jada Essence Hall, who eliminated a lip sync assassin with Heidi in Closet and then won the finale with that finale lip sync. So at the end of the day, they finished the season strong with some actual lip sync assassins. I'm not going to talk about the song choices there, like Boom Clap, but still lip sync assassins nonetheless. After taking a break for the all-winter season, on All Stars 8, the lip sync assassins came back. Our first lip sync assassin was Aja from season 9. She went on to win 1 lip sync during her original season versus Kimora Black to Holding Out for a Hero before being eliminated versus Nina Bonita Brown to Finally. She then came back for All Stars 3 and competed against Ben de la Creme to Anaconda, where she also lost. So if you look at her track record here, she only has 1 lip sync win. Why do I consider her a lip sync assassin when she has only won 1 lip sync and lost 2 of them? I think it's mostly because of Aja's reputation outside of Drag Race. Aja is known outside of the Drag Race community as a big figure in the ballroom community. She started her House of Aja before moving to the House of LaBeija, where she went on to compete in the show Legendary, a voguing competition show. So I'm going to include this in her sort of reputation so that yes, she does qualify as a lip sync assassin. She's not part of the House of LaBeija anymore. Just thought I would call that out because someone corrected me on that before. But still a lip sync assassin for her career when it comes to performing. Up next, on the second episode, we had Pangina Heels versus Jimbo. What a surprise they set up that lip sync. Pangina sent Jimbo home after winning 2 lip syncs on UK versus the World before being sent home in the shocking elimination. Raja O'Hara was next, known as the lip sync assassin from season 11, also had lip sync wins on All Stars 6, and Canada versus the World season 1. Then we got to episode 4 where we ran into Chanel, my season 1 favorite queen. Chanel can be known for her greatest love of all lip sync versus Akasha, who had won the first 3 lip syncs of season 1 of Drag Race. This was where Chanel had the first reveal in the history of Drag Race when her headpiece fell off, even though it was planned, but it fell off and she was able to advance in the competition. She eventually was sent home to Shackles by Mary Mary versus Rebecca Glasscock, mostly because Chanel wasn't really trying. But still, with these 2 performances, does Chanel classify as a lip sync assassin? I'm going to give her some credit because she had the very first reveal in Drag Race history, but Chanel isn't known for performing lip syncing. We saw Chanel come back on All Stars 9, where she had some great lip syncing performances. She wasn't the best lip syncer of the season, but she made it to that final 2 from the lip sync Lollapalooza versus the one and only Roxy Andrews, and I think she did a great job there. But her lip syncing style was pretty similar between all of her lip syncs, and she's more known for her circus act performing rather than the lip syncing. So I'm gonna say that Chanel is one of the most shocking lip sync performers on Drag Race history. And I do want to call out that just like Jessica Wilde, she was brought back before she came on All Stars just to gauge the fan reception. They even brought her back in a walkthrough during the earlier part of that season. So Chanel was coming back to Drag Race regardless. They just wanted to have an opportunity for the fans to be reminded of, hey, this is Chanel from season 1. And she's great. Don't you think she's great? She should be on the next season. And that's exactly what happened. Up next, we had Jasmine Kennedy, who has won as many lip syncs as she has lost. But I still classify her as a lip sync assassin from season 14 because she was able to take down queens like Georges, well, at least tie with them, as well as the iconic lip sync performer Maddie Morphosis, so Jasmine is for sure a lip sync assassin. Then the production decided, yes, we need more season 14 queens, and we added 2 more in a row. First was Angeria Paris Van Michaels, who lip synced in the 6th episode of the season. Now, Angeria, she was a great performer on season 14. She never landed in the bottom until the final competitive episode versus Willow Pill. She and Willow performed to Telephone in their finale gowns, which was really a choice. But at the end of the day, Angeria was called safe first, and we may have lost Willow Pill in that final performance. We saw it ended up being a double Shantae, and both of them continued to the finale. But at this point, Angeria had 1 lip sync win, and many fans didn't even think she won that lip sync. So I'm gonna stick Angeria in the shocking lip sync assassin list here. After that, though, we jump right back to Georges, who is a great dancer. She also lip syncs. Her dancing sometimes overshadows her lip syncing, but still, she has won many lip syncs in her career. Definitely lip sync assassin worthy. And we move on to episode 8. When we get to episode 8, we run into Nikki Doll from season 12, who is now the Drag Race France judge. Nikki had 1 lip sync win during her initial season, season 12, versus Dahlia Sin to Problem by Ariana Grande. She then was sent home versus Heidi N Closet to Heart to Break by Kim Petras. Is Nikki Doll a lip sync assassin? She has 1 win and 1 loss in her career at this point, and I'm gonna say it's shocking that she was chosen as a lip sync assassin. Her performance versus Dahlia Sin wasn't anything amazing, and I still remember the judges reading her for her performance in the initial episode, the girl groups. When she performed in I'm That Bitch, she was maybe the most underwhelming person in her group at that point for her performance. Nikki was lucky she was up against Dahlia Sin because Dahlia is also not known as an amazing lip syncer and gave kind of a low energy performance there. Nikki coming back here was more so to show her, or maybe to advertise, for Drag Race France. She may have come in 11th place, but the judges and the production wanted you to know that, hey, Nikki Doll, do you remember her from season 12? Well, she's out here doing amazing things on Drag Race France. Go watch that show. And she did an okay performance versus Alexis Michelle to These Boots Were Made for Walkin', but what a choice for the judge of Drag Race France to do a Nancy Sinatra Western style song. But hey, that's what lip sync assassins are for you on Drag Race at this point. We had 2 more lip sync assassins, Silky Nutmeg Ganache, the assassin of All Stars 6, and Priyanka, the assassin of Canada Season 1, so no surprises there for how they wrapped up the season. Just a few strange choices in between. And that's my list of most shocking lip sync assassin choices. Yeah, they made these choices, and some of these lip syncs were meh, some of these lip syncs were great, but at the end of the day, we got to see some queens that we may have forgotten about, and hey, that's what Drag Race is all about. Stay tuned for more fun stuff here on Wild Spear.